Hello. Welcome to part 166 of the Daily Bread. We're reading Deuteronomy chapter 25, Isaiah 26, Psalms 14, Proverbs 15, 2 Corinthians chapter 3. We'll be in the scriptures 2009, Deuteronomy chapter 25 on page 212. When there is a dispute between men, then they shall come unto judgment, and they shall be judged, and the righteous declared righteous, and the wrongdoer declared wrong. And it shall be, if the wrongdoer is to be struck, that the judge shall cause him to lie down and be struck in his presence with the number of blows according to his wrong. 40 strikes he gives him, but no more, lest him strike him with many more blows than these, and your brother be degraded before your eyes. Do not muzzle an ox while it is threshing. When brothers dwell together, and one of them has died, and has no son, the widow of the dead man shall not become a stranger outside. Her husband's brother does go into her, and shall take her as his wife, and perform the duty of a husband's brother to her. And it shall be that the firstborn son which she bears does rise up from the name of his dead brother, so that his name is not blotted out of Israel. But if a man does not desire to take his brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to the gate of the elders, and say, my husband's brother refused to raise up a name to his brother in Israel. He does not agree to perform the duty of my husband's brother. The elders of his city shall then call him and speak to him, and he shall stand and say, I have no desire to take her. Then his brother's wife shall come to him in the presence of the elders, and remove his sandal from his foot, and shall spit in his face, and answer and say, thus it is done to the man who does not build up his brother's house. And in Israel his name shall be called the house of him who has had his sandal removed. When men fight with one another, a man and his brother, and the wife of one shall draw near to rescue her husband from the hand of the one striking him, and shall put out her hand and take hold of him by the genitals. Then you shall cut off her hand, your eye does not pardon. You shall not have it in your bag, differing weights, and heavy and light. You shall not have in your house differing measures, a large and a small. You shall have a perfect and right weight, a perfect and right measure, so that they prolong your days on the soul which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you. For all those who do these, and all who do unrighteousness, are an abomination to Yahweh your Elohim. Remember what Amalek did to you on the way as you were coming out of Mizraim, how he met you on the way and attacked your back, all the feeble ones in your rear, when you were tired and weary. He did not fear Elohim. Therefore it shall be, when Yahweh your Elohim has given you rest from your enemies all around, in the land which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you to possess as an inheritance, that you blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under the heavens, do not forget. Isaiah 26 on page 432. In that day this song is sung in the land of Judah. We have a strong city. He sets up deliverance, walls and ramparts. Open the gates. Let the righteous nation which guards the truth enter into it. The one steadfast of mind, you guard a perfect peace, for he trusts in you. Trust in Yahweh forever, for in Yahweh is a rock, capital R, of ages. For he shall bring down those who dwell on high. He lays the exalted city low. He lays it low to the earth. He brings it down to dust. A foot tramples it down. Feet of the poor, footsteps of the needy. The path of the righteous is uprightness. O upright one, capital O, you weigh the course of the righteous. Also in the path of your right rulings, O Yahweh, we have waited for you. The longing of our being is for your name and for your remembrance of you. My being longs for you in the night. Also my spirit within me seeks you earnestly. For when your right rulings are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world shall learn righteousness. The wrong finds favor, yet he shall not learn righteousness. In the land of straightforwardness he acts perversely, and does not see the excellency of Yahweh. O Yahweh, your hand is high. Why do not see? They do not see. They see the ardor of the people, and are ashamed. Also, let the fire of your adversaries consume them. O Yahweh, you establish peace for us, for you have also done all our works in us. O Yahweh, our Elohim, other masters besides you have ruled over us. Only in you do we make mention of your name. The dead do not live, the departed spirits do not rise. Therefore you have visited and destroyed them, and have made all the remembrance to perish. You shall increase the nation, O Yahweh. You shall increase the nation. You are esteemed. You shall expand all the borders of the land. O Yahweh, in distress they shall visit you. They shall pour out a prayer when your disciplining is upon them. As a woman with child and about to give birth writes and cries about her pain, so shall we be before your face, O Yahweh. We have conceived, we writhed in pain, we have given birth to wind. We have not accomplished deliverance in the earth, nor have the inhabitants of the world fallen. Let your dead live. Let your dead live. Together with my dead body, let them arise. Awake and sing, you who dwell in dust. For your dew is a dew of light, and let the earth give birth to the departed spirits. Go, my people, enter your rooms, and shut your doors behind you. Hide yourself, as it were, for a little while, until the displeasure is past. For look, Yahweh is coming out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their crookedness, and the earth shall disclose her blood, and no longer cover her killed ones. Psalms 14 on page 653. The fool has said in his heart, there is no Yahweh. They have done corruptly. They have done an abominable deed. There is no one who does good. Yahweh looked down from the heavens on the sons of mankind to see if there was a wise one seeking. They have all turned aside. They have together become filthy. No one is doing good, not even one. Have all the workers of wickedness no knowledge? Who eat up my people as they eat bread, and do not call on Yahweh? There they are in great fear, for Yahweh is with the generation of the righteous. You would put to shame the counsel of the poor, but Yahweh is his refuge. Oh, that the deliverance of Israel would be given out of Zion. When Yahweh turns back the captivity of his people, let Jacob rejoice. Let Israel be glad. On the Proverbs 15. On page 742. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up displeasure. The tongue of the wise makes knowledge good, but the mouth of fools pours out foolishness. The eyes of Yahweh are in every place, watching the evil and the good. A healing tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it crushes the spirit. A fool despises his father's discipline, but he who heeds reproof is clever. The household of the righteous is a great treasure, but in the income of the wrong is trouble. The lips of the wise scatter knowledge, but the heart of fools is not so. The slaughtering of the wrong ones is an abomination to Yahweh, but the prayer of the straight is his delight. The way of the wrong one is an abomination to Yahweh, but he loves him who pursues righteousness. Discipline is grievous to him who forsakes the way. He who hates reproof dies. Sheol and destruction are before Yahweh. How much more the hearts of the sons of men? A scoffer does not love his reprover, nor does he go to the wise. A glad heart makes good a face, but by sorrow of heart the spirit is stricken. The heart of the understanding one seeks knowledge, but the mouth of fools feeds on folly. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but gladness of heart is a continual feast. Better is a little with the fear of Yahweh than great treasure with trouble. Better is a meal of vegetables where love is than a fatted calf with hatred. A man of wrath stirs up strife, but he who is patient appeases strife. The way of the lazy one is like a hedge of thorns, but the way of the straight is a highway. A wise son makes a father glad, but a foolish man despises his mother. Folly is joy to one lacking heart, but a man of understanding walks straight. Without counsel, plans go wrong, but by great counselors they are established. A man has joy by the answer of his mouth, and how good is a word spoken as in its season. 24. The path of life is upward for the wise, to turn away from Sheol below. Yahweh tears down the house of the proud, and he sets out the boundary of the widow. Evil thoughts are an abomination to Yahweh, but pleasant words are clean. He who is greedy for gain troubles his own house, but he who hates bribes lives. The heart of the righteous ponders how to answer, but the mouth of the wrong pours out evil. Yahweh is far from the wrong ones, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoices the heart. A good report gives marrow to the bones. An ear that hears the reproof of life does dwell among the wise. He who ignores discipline hates himself, but he who listens to reproof gets understanding. The fear of Yahweh is the discipline of wisdom, and before esteem is humility. 2 Corinthians chapter 3 on page 1122, 1122. Are we to begin to recommend ourselves again, or do we need, as some, letters of recommendations to you or from you? You are our letter, having been written in our hearts, known and read by all men, making it obvious that you are a letter of Messiah, served by us, written not with ink, but with the Spirit of the living Elohim, not on tablets of stones, but on fleshing tablets of the hearts. And such trust we have toward Elohim through the Messiah. Not that we are competent in ourselves to reckon any matter as from ourselves, but our competence is from Elohim. Who also made us competent as servants of a renewed covenant, not of the letter, but of the Spirit. For the letter kills, but the Spirit gives life. 7. But if the administering of death in letters engraved on stones was esteemed so that the children of Israel were unable to look steadfastly at the face of Moshe because of the esteem of his face, which was passing away, how much more esteemed shall the administering of the Spirit not be? For if the administering of the condemnation had esteem, and the administering of righteousness exceeds much more in esteem. For indeed, what was made esteemed had no esteem in this respect, in view of the esteem that excels. For if that which is passing away was esteemed, much more than which remains is esteemed. Having then such expectation, we use much boldness of speech, and not like Moshe, who put a veil over his face, so that the children of Israel should not look steadily at the end of what is passing away. But their minds were hardened, for to this day, when the old covenant is being read, that the same veil remains, not lifted, because in Messiah it is taken away. But to this day, when Moshe is being read, a veil lies on their heart. And when one turns to the master, the veil is taken away. Now Yahweh is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of Yahweh is, there is freedom. And we all, as with unveiled face, we see in the mirror the esteem of Yahweh, are being transformed into the same likeness from esteem to esteem, as from Yahweh the Spirit. Shalom. Make it a great day. Read your Bible. Talk to the Father.